Hello, Sabrina Allery here with a video tutorial for Clearsnap, and today we're going to take a look at creating this snow globe ornament that is green in more ways than one. So this glass jar started life as a horseradish container, but I have altered it up to create a fun snow globe sort of ornament. So I know that Clearsnap is definitely most popular for our color box inks, but today we're not going to be using any of those. We're going to be showcasing some of our other fun products, including some that have not yet been released. So let's take a look at the supplies. So to create this project, we're going to just be using a clear glass jar that I picked out of the recycling bin, and then our embossed cloths. This will be released at the CHAW. It's for freestyle embossing, and also our mixed media embossing powder, another new product upcoming. We're also using our brand new design adhesives. This is the Fly Away design, along with our fairy dust glitter in Sugar Shimmer and glitter in Peridot. We also have our smooch spritz in Siren and Tuxedo. And finally, our sparkle fibers in Silver and Glue Gloss. We'll also be using some green twine and a die cut stencil. I've created a little snowman figure with just some basic shapes and also a dimensional snowflake using 4 die cut snowflakes. And then I have a little jewel and a pre-made bow. You also need some scissors, tape, and a heat gun to create this project. So let's get started. So we're just using the emboss gloss here with a little homemade stencil, and I'm going to just paint in the open areas, the negative areas, to create the design. I think you want to layer on the emboss gloss just a little thick to make sure the embossing powder sticks. And here we have the mixed media embossing powder. That is another new product that will be released, and they coordinate with the 8 colors that were released of mixed media ink this summer, pigment ink. So you can probably do a lot of new fun techniques with those two together. We're also going to use the emboss gloss to just do a little freehand drawing of snowflakes here. You can really do a lot of cool things with the emboss gloss if you could draw very well, which I can't. But just sprinkle that powder on and heat emboss to create your design around the glass jar. And then we're going to be using the design adhesives. This is another new design. It's called Fly Away. And we're just going to fill in a few of these snowflake images throughout the design in some of the open areas. I really like this design because it could really work for spring or for Christmas time too. The designs look like snowflakes, but they also sort of look like flowers, and then there's some birds on there also. So just rub those on with your finger and peel off the backing to help transfer the image. And then we're going to sprinkle on some glitter in Peridot. This is a pretty green color. Get there in just a second. Here we go. One of the things I really like about these glitter containers is that the top just pops open and you can funnel the glitter back in. A lot of times with glitter you have to screw off the top and then it makes a big mess just taking it off. But the glass is sticky here, so you're going to need a paintbrush to wipe off all your extra glitter. And the glitter will stay onto the design adhesive, so we're going to set that aside. Next, we're going to create a hole in the bottom of our lid. I just used a nail and a hammer, and then just string a strand of twine through there. And we'll take the little snowman guy here, and we have our smooch. This is the color Tuxedo, and I'm just going to paint in some coal black eyes. I really like these little paint containers because you can fill in the tiniest areas. Here I have the Siren color, and I put that on a Q-tip, and I'm just rubbing a bit on my finger to dilute the color and give it, just to make it a little softer, to give him some rosy cheeks. And again, we're going to go in with the Tuxedo and just draw on a little smiley face. Perfect little paints, tiny little tips on those smooches. Okay, so then I've affixed the snowman to a foam dot here, and I'm going to place him in the center of the lid. And on the inside of the glass, we're going to sprinkle in some sparkle fibers in silver to create a pretty landscape. So just enough to fill that in. Just enough to fill in the lid. Okay, and now we have 2 lengths of twine that are the same size, and I'm just taping those to the very inside of the lid. The glitter and the sparkle fibers should cover up any tape or or any extra twine, so you won't be able to see that from the outside. So you're going to want to make sure those the strands are really tight so it can hold, it's going to hold the whole ornament from the top here. So then place the lid inside with the snowflake, the snowman on there. Tighten the lid up as tightly as you can, and then flip it over and just get those strands of twine arranged. And we're going to affix a little hanger here just to the middle, and that's going to keep those sides in place. Kind of shake that up, and you can some of the glitter and the sparkle fibers will stick right to the snowman. Next, on the little dimensional snowflake, I'm just going to rub a little bit of glue gloss on each of the flakes just around the edges to give it a snowfallen look. To create this, I just punched out 4 snowflake images and then attach them to each other. But I left one side open so we can stick that onto the twine. I'm just sprinkling the sugar shimmer on here. It's just going to stick right to the edges. We'll set that aside to dry. And next we're going to take just a little jewel and tie it here on the end. Make sure you do a double knot so it doesn't fall off. And then I'm going to just snip off the extra little bit of twine there. Right now, if our little snowflake is dry, we can open up the side that's open and just put a little bit of glue gloss all along the edges there, and that will stick to the twine and that will help it stay in place. Then just squeeze together the edges, and there you have it. The final step is just to fix a little double-sided tape here. I'm using score tape, and then we're going to stick our bow right on there so it's facing the same direction as the snowman. And there we have it, our little ornament. For lots more inspiration, please visit clearsnap.blogspot.com, and for product information, please visit clearsnap.com.